Hello everyone. So this video is to demonstrate a use case about how to monitor website status and health through PowerShell automation using UiPath tool. So this is the process workflow. So firstly, I'll create a PowerShell script which will monitor the status code, response time, and response length for a list of website, and this list can be customized as per the requirement. And then I'll tell you how to invoke that PowerShell script into UiPath Studio. So this PowerShell script is going to give you a CSV output as a result. So how through UiPath functionality you can filter, and according to your requirement you can filter the CSV result and further process it through email automation and send it to the respective authority. So let's say you have a IT team and there's a person in that team who needs to constantly monitor a long list of website to maintain the uptime of the website. So he can utilize this workflow and get rid of the manual and robotic work in this particular process. So, so this is the PowerShell script which I have used to get the response status for websites. So in this list variable, you can specify a text file which will have a list of websites which you want to monitor. So this is the list of website which I'm going to monitor. You can put any website URL or URIs. So and they will be separated by just a line enter. So this script will loop through each and every element in your URL list, and it will measure how long the response took by invoke web request. And if there is an exception generated, because normally the status code has to be 200, if it is something other than 200, that means an exception is thrown. So it will monitor the exception response, and later it will store in this result variable all the parameters, the status code, the request description, raw content length, and the time taken. And after that, we'll export that variable into CSV format. So this text file has to be stored with .ps1 extension. So this .ps1 extension indicates that this is a PowerShell script. So firstly, I'll show you how to run this script in normal PowerShell editor. So you just have to open your script and run it. So the expected outcome is in the same folder. We will have a CSV output once this script is executed. You can see right now CSV output is generated. So let's open the output. So it has scraped the time details, status code, status description, response time, and time taken. So these are the details which I have configured in my PowerShell script. So they are monitored here. So I'll add few more dummy websites so that we can get even more better output, so that we can get the response of websites which are down, or which are not giving the proper 200 response. So I'll just put some dummy URL. So the status code for these particular website uh, will not be 200. So I have customized the list. I have increased two more list items. So I'll delete my output file. Now I'll tell you how to utilize this workflow in your UiPath Studio. So this is UiPath Studio. So if you want to utilize the PowerShell scripts, so you need to create a PowerShell script first. After that, you can read it as a text file using read text file activity. So here you can specify the path of your file. So I'll specify path of my script file. And in the output panel, you need to create a output string variable. So I'll press Control K and I'll give a relevant name. Now this text or this script needs to be invoked through PowerShell. So for that we'll use invoke PowerShell activity. So here you need to provide this particular output parameter as the input. But here the most important thing is, as we are using script, we are not providing the script in this editor panel. So you have to check this is script icon. Then only this workflow is going to work. So the expected outcome is now through UiPath Studio, the CSV output will be generated in the same folder by debugging this particular code. So I have run the code through UiPath Studio instead of PowerShell. So you can see the CSV output is generated through UiPath Studio. And the status code is not 200 for the dummy URLs which I had appended at the bottom. So now how to filter this and consume this particular CSV output. So either if you need to do some advanced level of filtering, then you can use SQL queries or LINQ. If you need to do simple filtering, so simple data table filtering can also be done using ready-made filter data table activity. So first you need to read that particular CSV file which is generated through this code. So I'll read my CSV file using read CSV activity. So I'll just provide the file path. So this is my file path. So after reading this file path, make sure that this add headers is checked so that you this will be able to identify the headers or the column names. And here you will create the output variable, which will be of data table type. So I've created a data table variable. Now I can filter this variable. So in this filter wizard, you just need to provide the input. So I'll do the processing in the same variable. You can create different variable as well. So my current variable itself will be updated. And here you have to specify the filter parameters. So I want to keep only the columns where status code is 200. So I'll just copy the column name and provide it here. So I want the status code value. If it is 200, I want to store it and filter it accordingly. Now let's say you want to send it that this particular file to the concerned authority via email. So you can use email functionality of UiPath. So with either SMTP, Exchange or Outlook. So I'll use Outlook. So here you just need to provide the sender email address. So I'll put my email address. Let's learn RPA. The respective subject. And here in body you can customize or whatever you want to write. Even you can write the HTML text if you want to customize a particular framework in your body. And here you can either you can send this data table within the body itself, or you can send this particular file as an attachment. So in my case, I'll send this as an attachment. So from here, I'll just copy the path of my output which is generated. And here in argument, I'll just supply the path. So this particular workflow will attach this particular file while sending email. So I have supplied the attachment. I'll save my code and let's try running this code. So, and let me delete my existing output. So now the expected outcome is CSV output needs to be generated, and it will send that particular, it will filter the data where response code is 200, and it will send the email. So email should appear in my mailbox. So let me run the code and show you the result. So this is executing. No, now after few seconds, you will see the CSV output in this folder. You can see it has processed the output, and it has even sent the email. So now the Outlook is processing the email. So within few seconds, I'll receive the email in my mailbox. So now let me check my mailbox. So see, the output has appeared, and so there's a CSV file which is there in the attachment, and so you can send the emails using this UiPath tool, and you can filter the records as per the requirement. So this was all about the current workflow. Here we studied how to create PowerShell scripts to get the website response time, response length, and status code, and how to invoke it into UiPath Studio and consume the output via email. So that's all about today's video, and you can stay connected to my YouTube channel for frequent update on automation. So thanks for watching this video. I wish you all a very good health. Thank you. Bye. Take care.